Today, we're doing something a little different. We're firing up our time machine and setting the dial for 1990. Our destination, the heartland of America, Columbus, Nebraska. Let us take a journey back and explore what this classic Midwestern town was like over 3 decades ago. Imagine stepping out onto the streets of Columbus in 1990. The air is fresh. The pace of life is a bit slower. And the sense of community is everywhere. The first thing you'd notice is the historic downtown. The architecture tells a story of its own, with beautiful brick buildings lining the streets. These weren't just historic facades. They were home to a vibrant collection of unique, locally owned shops. You could find everything from hardware stores where the owner knew you by name, to charming little boutiques and family-run diners serving up hearty, home-cooked meals. It was a time when Main Street was the true heart of the city. The oldest bar in downtown with horseshoe game, the Holiday Inn Hotel with pool table and swimming pool, a place where people gathered, shopped, and connected. Remember the sounds of a bustling downtown. The friendly greetings, the ringing of a shopkeeper's bell, the smell of freshly baked goods wafting from a local bakery. This was the everyday experience in Columbus. Each storefront had its own personality. The famous golf course and the new Appleton Electric Factory, a far cry from the cookie-cutter shopping centers we often see today. It was a place where you could spend a whole afternoon just browsing, catching up with neighbors, and feeling like a part of something special. The downtown wasn't just a commercial district, it was the living room of the entire community. Of course, you can't talk about Columbus, Nebraska, without mentioning its deep agricultural roots. In 1990, the farming economy was absolutely thriving. This wasn't just a job for people, it was a way of life that shaped the town's identity and values. The surrounding landscape was a patchwork of corn and soybean fields, managed by generations of families who were proud of the work they did. The rhythm of the town was tied to the seasons of planting and harvesting. The hum of tractors in the spring and the sight of combines in the fall were the pulse of the local economy. The success of the farms radiated throughout Columbus. It supported local businesses, from the equipment dealerships to the grain elevators that stood tall against the Nebraska sky. The agricultural community fostered a spirit of hard work, resilience, and looking out for your neighbor. You'd see it at the local cafes early in the morning, where farmers would gather to talk about the weather and crop prices over a cup of coffee. This strong work ethic and deep connection to the land were woven into the very fabric of Columbus society, creating a stable and prosperous environment for everyone who called it home. Beyond the downtown and the farms, life in 1990 Columbus was filled with simple pleasures. Friday night high school football games were a major event. Community events like the county fair were highlights of the year, bringing everyone together for parades, competitions, and fun. It was a time when community wasn't just a word, but something you could see and feel every single day. Think about the local drive-in movie theater, a perfect spot for a family outing or a date night, or the bowling alley, where leagues and friends gathered for a bit of friendly competition. These were the places where memories were made. Life might have seemed simpler, but it was rich with connection and shared experiences. It was about knowing your neighbors, supporting local businesses, and taking pride in your hometown. This journey back to 1990 shows us a Columbus that was charming, hardworking, and deeply connected. So, what do you remember about Columbus in the 90s? Or even just your own hometown from that era? It's amazing how much things can change, but also how the spirit of a place can endure. Let me know your favorite memories in the comments below. I love reading your stories and hearing about your own nostalgic adventures. It's a wonderful way for us to connect over these shared histories. Thank you so much for joining me on this trip down memory lane. It's been a blast exploring 1990s Columbus, Nebraska with you. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next adventure. Until next time, take care and thanks for watching.